Good morning from Good Hope Equestrian Regenerative Farm. What you see in front of you is a Langstroth hive, deep super, with top and bottom boards and 5 frames inside. I am not starting a Langstroth hive, but I'm a part of the local Beekeepers Association and was able to get 4 of these for a song from a fella who's getting out of the hobby. So the reason I bought 4 of these is to use as swarm traps. Now, a swarm trap is exactly what it sounds like. It helps you catch a wild swarm of bees, and it does that by being an inviting place for a wild swarm to go. So a previously used hive already smells like bees. It's got propolis and wax in it. I've got some drawn comb in here, so that attracts bees. They like the smell of that. They know, previously bees have used this as a home, and that's the idea. Everything you see is on swarm traps is trying to make the trap as inviting to bees as possible. And there's nothing more inviting to bees than a place where bees have already been living. So that's my logic process for wanting to use old hives as swarm traps. Now, it's not the most ideal situation because I will have to transfer bees off of Langstroth frames into a Lands hive. There are ways to do that, and I could just shake them down in there and make them start over, but they could abscond if I do that. So we'll see. It presents its own challenges, but a Lands swarm trap costs over $100, and I wanted to put up at least 4 of these. And I didn't want to spend $400 on something that's not a guarantee. So I got these for much cheaper, and I'm going to try to use these as swarm traps. So I'm going to walk you guys through that process, and we're going to put this up in a deer stand. The bees like it to be up high. 10 to 15 feet is what I've read for the most part. There's some drawn comb in here. So I'm also going to put in some swarm lure, which is lemongrass oil mixed with beeswax and propolis and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get this done. All right, I'm out beneath the deer stand where I'm going to put this swarm trap. There's a couple things we got to do before we get it up there. First of all, this is our bee lure given to me by my friend David Fisher. The advice, so this is beeswax, lemongrass oil, propolis, stuff like that. He said you just want to put a thin layer on a Q-tip. Put one in the back of the hive. This is just a broken in half Q-tip. One toward the front of the hive. All right. All right, so these pieces are not together. So what we have to keep these together while I've toted up in this tree is a ratchet strap. Centered. Make sure this bee box is all lined up. holding this thing, so. Way to get it up there. Alright, the swarm trap is up in the deer stand. We've got 3 more of those that I'll put around the property. But this is the easiest access deer stand, so I'm doing this one first. But, you know, bees will swarm when they either find conditions in their hive undesirable or they run out of space. So I guess we're hoping that somewhere around here there's some bees that are getting uncomfortable. And they'll send out scout bees, and if a scout bee goes in that hive, he should find that a pretty desirable place to live and go back to his queen and I guess do a little dance and tell her where it's at. And then the whole swarm will come check it out. And if the queen settles in, then so will they. So that's what we're hoping for. And then we'd have hopefully some wild bees and not just some bees from some other apiary around here. But you know, that's always a possibility too. And I do have a backup plan in case I don't catch any bees, because I obviously don't want to go this season without bees after putting in all the work I have. So there is a plan B, but you can't catch a swarm if you don't put out swarm traps. So that's what I'm doing. This is Brett Bass at Good Hope Equestrian Regenerative Farm signing off, and we will see you soon. Oh, thank you.